Hi, I'm Richard Few. I'm founder and chief geek here at Sales Geek, and I would like to invite you to join our mission to change the way the world perceives sales. Now, for many people, sales is a dirty word, and that is something that really upsets us here at Sales Geek. Sales was an amazing career for me personally and for all of the rest of our geeks, which has given us an opportunity to succeed and do well and provide a good quality of life for our families whilst traveling the world and meeting lots of amazing people. So I guess, why is sales seen as a dirty word? Well, for me, there's a couple of reasons behind it. The first one is Hollywood probably hasn't done us too many favors. It has glamorized the really horrible and dark side of the sales profession through some of the films. And the reality is with sales is that sales done well isn't particularly movie worthy. It's not a particularly sexy topic when it's done really, really well, because sales is about service, it's about authenticity, it's about listening, it's about empathy, and ultimately it's about solving people's problems, which probably doesn't make a particularly good movie pitch. The second thing for me is that often we've all been, even the salespeople ourselves, we've all been on the wrong end of a bad customer experience. But I don't believe that there are too many bad salespeople out there. They are created by bad sales cultures. They were probably good people and good salespeople at some point, but something through the culture of the organization and the way in which they've been targeted and managed in their organization has led them to provide you with a really bad customer experience. And therefore, you've walked away from that not feeling particularly good about it. So how do we approach that? How do we go and change how you and how everybody else feels about sales? Well, we've talked about what sales feels like when it's done well, that it is about service, it's about learning, it's about helping, it's about solving people's problems. It's about that amazing experience you get when you go into a restaurant and you get world-class service at your table, where you probably actually do spend a bit more money, you have a great customer experience, but you feel like you've been serviced really, really well as a consumer. And that's how sales should be across the board. So for us, we deliver that through three primary tools here at Sales Geek. We have our part-time sales director services, or our part-time VP of sales service, as it is in the US, which helps small business owners, not just in a practical way, but helps them to change their association with what sales means inside their own organization. Often, a lot of organizations and people inside those organizations have a really unhealthy relationship with the word sales. They don't want to be too salesy. They will go out of their way to make sure that they're not selling. But actually, the reality is everybody has to sell at some point. Even as a leader in an organization, you have to sell to your people. And sales isn't a dirty word. It's not about being less salesy. It's about redefining what sales is and what it feels like to the other people. So through changing that association for small business owners with sales and the commercial function of their business, we can help deliver on changing the way that small business owner perceives sales in their organization and how their customers feel about them as an organization. But also by doing that systematically through our franchise e-network, we can do that all across the world, one small business owner at a time. We also deliver training services, generally into mid to large size organizations, which is about upskilling and training salespeople and working with those organizations to improve the sales culture inside their business so that their salespeople can thrive, that they get managed well, they get upskilled well, they learn, develop, and become world-class salespeople. And if you're doing that systematically in your organization, you're going to improve the quality of the experience that your customers get. And then our third spoke, as it were, the third tip of our spear is the Sales Geek Academy. Now, Sales Geek Academy, like all our other products and services, is about providing a level of access to education that didn't previously exist. So in the same way that we've made sales directors and VPs of sales more accessible to small business owners, we're now making sales education, sales training, and sales community more accessible to individuals and people that work in small businesses who can't afford the traditional training. And through doing that and making a sales education a right rather than a privilege, we can change how people feel, both as consumers and as salespeople, about the sales profession itself. So, will you join us on our mission to change the way the world perceives sales?